श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग कंदार विकगिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जाय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मरन मोहन जू की जाय। नित्यालप विष्णु विष्णुपाद शतर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जाय। नित्यालप विष्णु विष्णुपाद शतर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जाय। नित्यालप विष्णु विष्णुपाद शतर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जाय। नित्यालप विष्णु विष्णुपाद शतर शत शिशिमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई। Wait, let me just start over. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnupada Shatara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnupada Ashtara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnupada Shatara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Mahāprabhu Srila Gaura Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadas Raghunath Shard Gosai Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai. No, let me start over. Set my mind stuck. Jai Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnu Bhajila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnu Bhajila Bhakti Balavatirtha Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnu Bhaj Shishimad Bhakti Dait Madhav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnu Pada Shatara Shata Shmachla Bhakti Pramod Puri Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnu Pada Shatara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Parashad Vrinda Ki Jai. Jai Srila Baladev Vijibhushan Prabhu Ki Jai. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Tarai Ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Gosai Pad Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadas Raghunath Sharda Gosai Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai. नामचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जाय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल व्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जाय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदात गिरिराज महाराज की जाय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जाय। श्री मुन देवी गंगा देवी की जाय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जाय। जय अभिन्न वृंदावन श्री नवदीप धाम की जय। श्री मायापुर धाम की जय। जय श्री योगपीठ की जय। जय श्री सच्चिनंदन गौर हरीश होम की जय। जय श्री श्री लक्ष्मी प्रिया की जय। विष्णु प्रिया देवी की जय। जय श्री सच्ची माता की जय। श्री जगन्नाथ मिश्र की जय। श्री विश्वरूप की जय। जय श्री श्री प्रेम पुरुषोत्तम श्री सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि की जय। जय श्री सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि की जय। जय श्री श्री गौर पूर्णिमा महामहोत्सव की जय। जय श्री श्री चैतन्य भागवत की जय। श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय। जय श्री वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। स्वापार्षद श्री गौर हरि की जय। जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Jai Swapar Shri Gaur Hari Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranams, everybody. Uh, okay, let's do a short Mangala Charan. Um, and then we'll begin, yeah. Then I'll talk. 1 second. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः श्रीसिद्धान्तसरस्वतीतिविदितो गौरीयगौर्वन्वये भातो भानुरिव प्रभातगगने योगोरसङ्कीर्तनाय मायावारतिमिङ्गिलो दरगतान् उद्धृत्य जीवानिमान् कृष्णप्रेमसुधाब्धिकाहनसुखां प्रादात्प्रभुं तं भजे वन्दे भक्तिविनोदं श्रीगौरशक्तिस्वरूपकं भक्तिशास्त्रज्ञसम्राजं राधारससुधानिधिं श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. We have to have a Gaurnitai. Let me just find Gaurnitai. I think it will be in here. Sorry, I didn't think about this beforehand. But yeah. No, we can't approach Mahaprabhu without Nityananda Prabhu. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Just here. Ajanulambita bhujo kanakavadato sankirtanai kapitaro kamalaya taksho vishwambharo dijavaro yugadharma palo vande jagat priyakaro karunavataro. This is the first verse of Sri Caitanya-bhāgavata. Shri Gaur Nityananda's arms extend to their knees. Their complexions are resplendent with the luster of molten gold. They inaugurated the Sankirtan movement. Their eyes are elongated like lotus petals. They nourish the entire universe. They are the best of Brahmanas. They protect the Yuga Dharma. I offer obeisance to them who bring about the highest welfare for the world and are the manifestations of compassion. Now, this is the second verse of Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityanando Sahodito Gaurodaye Pushpavanto Chitro Shandho Tamo Nudo. I offer obeisance unto Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Sri Nityananda Prabhu, who are like the sun and the moon that have arisen simultaneously in the land of Gauda. They are the astonishing bestowers of auspiciousness and the dispellers of darkness. Now, this is the third verse of Sri Caitanya-bhāgavata. It was written by Murari Gupta. Avatirno sakaruno parichinno sarishvaro Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityanando dvau bhrataro bhaje. I worship the two brothers, Shri Krishna Chaitanya and Shri Nityananda, who, although non-different, have descended in separate forms as Swayam Rupa and Swayam Prakash. They are the supreme controllers and the embodiments of compassion. All right, so now let's recite for Gaur Gadadhar. Oh. Vrishabhanusutanvitavamatanu Yamuna Tattanagaranaندasutam Murali Kalagita Vinodaparang Bhajagodrumakanana Kunjavidum. The gallant son of Nanda, with the daughter of Sri Vrishabhanu to his left, is lost in the delight of playing sweet melodies on his Murali flute on the banks of the Yamuna River. Just perform bhajan of he who is none different from that son of Nanda Maharaj, the moon of Godrum's forest bowers. Smara Gaura Gadadhara Keli Kalang Bhava Gaura Gadadhara Paksha Chara Shrinu Gaura Gadadhara Charu Kathang Bhaja Godrumakanana Kunjavidum. Remember Gaur Gadadhar's charming playful pastimes. Remain ever partial to Gaur Gadadhar. Listen to the fascinating narrations of Gaur Gadadhar, and in this way perform bhajan of the moon of Godrum's forest bowers. Okay, now we'll recite a bunch of pranam mantras for Shachinandan Gaur Hari. First of all, the most important one, the main one, well, by Srila Rupa Goswami, which describes Mahaprabhu's Nam, Rup, Gun, and Leela. I don't have it up on the screen, but everybody knows it anyway. So, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tvishe Namaha. Now, here are some, one second, let me just change the view. I'll read the verses and the translations. So now this is the pranam mantra for Mahaprabhu in Srimad Bhagavatam. And this is a translation I made from Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's edition of Srimad Bhagavatam. Oh, 1 second. Here. Um, Deyang sada paribhavagnamabhishtadoham tirtaspadang shiva virinchinutam sharanyam Bhrityartiham pranatapala bhavabdipotang Vande Mahapurushate Charanaravindam. This is Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th Canto, Chapter 5, verse 33. Comes just after the verse Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangopangastar Parshadam. So Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada translates it like this. He says, O you who nourish your surrendered servants, O Purushottam Mahaprabhu, your lotus feet are the most worthy object of constant meditation, for they subdue all paths contrary to exclusive bhakti, such as anyabhilash, desires other than a desire to please Sri Krishna, and also karma, gyan, and yoga. And they bestow Krishna Prem, your lotus feet. They bestow Krishna Prem. They are the shelter of all tirthas, such as Gaudamandal, Kshetramandal, and Vrajamandal, and of the Sri Rupanuga Mahabhagavats, who have taken shelter of oral reception in the line of the Brahma Sampradaya Acharya, Srimad Ananda Tirtha, Madhvacharya. You are praised by Shiva Avatar, Sri Advaita Prabhu, and Brahma Avatar, Sri Namacharya Haridas Thakur Prabhu. I need to plug my computer in. Um, you are the worthy refuge of your sheltered servants, and you remove the distress of your servant Vasudev, the Brahman leper. Your lotus feet are the boat that carried Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and King Prataparudra across the worldly ocean of liberation and enjoyment. I offer obeisance to your lotus feet. And this is the next verse, also translate. This is also the translation of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. So this is verse 34. Tyaktva sudustyaja suripsita rajya lakshmi dharmishta arya vachasa yaragara ranyam maya mrigam tayita yipsitaman vadhava vande mahapurushate charanaravindam. O Mahaprabhu, outwardly, on the pretext of accepting sannyas, you, as Jagadguru, enacted the role of an acharya, propagating the path of Vaidhi Bhakti. That was outwardly. And inwardly, you were overwhelmed by the mood of separation from Krishna, felt by Sri Radha, the crest jewel, the crest jewel of all virtuous persons, imbued with rag, intimate loving attachment for Sri Krishna. You abandoned even Vishnupriya Devi, who is Lakshmi herself. Such Lakshmi, in the form of opulences, including liberation and devotion mixed with knowledge and reverence, is sought after by the gods and is more difficult to give up than life itself. Subsequently, you accepted the fourth ashram, sannyas, under the pretense of adhering to the words of the Brahman's curse. And there's a footnote. So once a Brahmin insisted on being allowed to once a Brahmin insisted on being allowed entrance to Mahaprabhu's nocturnal kirtan, in which he and his associates relished ras-līlā. When Mahaprabhu refused, the Brahmin cursed him to be deprived of family life, a curse Mahaprabhu accepted. So you accepted the fourth ashram sannyas under the pretense of adhering to the words of the Brahman's curse. Thus endowed with causeless and utmost auspicious compassion, amando doya doya, for those who have turned away from Krishna, who are absorbed in mundane enjoyment, and who seek wealth, women, prestige, and religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. You searched everywhere for the cherished Lord of your heart, Gopi Jana Vallabha Krishna. That is, the one your dearest beloved Sri Radhika, in the company of Vishaka, longs to attain, being absorbed in states of transcendental madness like Chitrajalpa and Udukurna. The one who is sought after by that Hladini Shakti Swarupini, Srimati Radhika, is the same Sri Radha Raman that you, now immersed in the gopis' feelings of intense separation, searched for. I offer my obeisance to your feet. I hope I did an okay translation of that. This, if you can believe it, this is one sentence in the Bengali. This whole thing right here. How many lines is that? Look at that. It's 4 lines on this page, plus how many lines is that? It's a full page. So it filled up one full page and it was one sentence. So yeah, that's the best I could do. Okay. So now, my friends helped me with a section of this also. I had a difficult time. Okay. Ananda-līlā maya vigrahaya himabhadivya chavisundaraya tasmai mahaprema rasa pradaya Caitanya-caritāmṛta namo namaste. This is from Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta, verse 11. I repeatedly offer pranam to Chaitanya Chandra, the embodiment of blissful pastimes, who has a beautiful, radiant, golden luster, and to bestows the ras of the greatest prem. Jaya Navadipa Navapradhipa Prabhava Pashanda Gajaika Singha Swanama Sankhya Japasutradhari Caitanya-candra Bhagavan Murari. This is Caitanya-bhāgavata Madhya Khanda 5.1. All glories to the new light of Navadip, who is just like a lion in that he is unparalleled in subduing the elephants of heresy and atheism. He holds a knotted rope to keep count of his chanting. To keep count of his chanting of his own holy names. That Caitanya-candra is himself Bhagavan Murari. Sajayati Vishuddha Vikrama Kanakabha Kamalayate Kshana Varajanu Vilambi Shadbhujo Bahuda Bhakti Rasa Bhinartaka. I think that's the same meter as in the, what is it, Shikshashtakam? Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram, like that. So that's Chaitanya Bhagavat Madhya Khanda, Adi Khanda 1.5. All glories to He who is supremely pure and powerful, whose complexion is like molten gold, and whose eyes resemble lotus petals. His 6 beautiful arms extend to his knees, and as he dances in various ways during kirtan, his heart is inundated by bhakti ras. Anarpitam charim chirat karunayavatirna kalo samarpaitum unato jvala rasang swabhakti shriyam Hari purta sundara dyuti kadamba sandipita sada hridaya kandare spuratu va shachinandanaha. This is from Srila Rupa Goswami's Vidagdha Madhav, first act, second verse, and it is the 4th verse in Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta. One of the most important Mahāprabhu verses. My Guru would quote this and explain it so often. It's a book on this verse. We made a documentary on this verse. So, may the son of Shrimati Shachi Devi, Shri Gaur Hari, forever manifest spontaneously within the innermost core of your heart, adorned with the radiant splendor of molten gold. He has descended in the age of Kali out of his causeless compassion, out of Karuna, to bestow upon the world that which has not been given for an unimaginably long time, the beauty of his own brilliantly radiant Ujjvala Prem Ras Bhakti, service in the highest relationship of amorous love. And then Srila Gurudev would explain, what does that mean? What is the beauty of his own brilliantly radiant Ujjvala Prem Ras Bhakti? What is the beauty? What is that Shriyam? I'm not going to go into that now, but yeah. Then the verse after that in Caitanya-caritāmṛta. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikriti Ladini Shaktirasmar Ekatmanav Api Bhuvi Pura Deha Bhedam Katauto Chaitanya Kyang Prakatamadhuna Tadvayang Chaikamaptam Radha Bhava Dyuti Suvalitam Nomi Krishna Swarupa. This one, this translation is just a temporary translation. I really need to make a better translation for this. I had a difficult time understanding this, but anyhow, for now, this is it. Shri Radha and Shri Krishna are intrinsically one, yet through the influence of Hladini Shakti, they manifest eternally as two in the form of their pranaya vikar, due to the eternality of their pastimes, their vilas tattva. Now these two tattvas have manifested in one swarup as Chaitanya tattva. I thus bow down to this swarup of Krishna that is beautifully enveloped within the loving sentiments and luster of Srimati Radhika. So now here are some entreaties to Srimad Mahaprabhu. Those were all pranam mantras, now entreaties. Sangsara dukkha jaladau patitasya kama krodadhina kramakarai kavali kritasya durvasana nigaditasya nirashrayasya Caitanya-candra mama dehi padavalambham. This is from Prabodhananda Saraswati's Shri Caitanya-caritāmṛta, verse 54. I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death, which is full of misery, and I am being devoured by the crocodiles and sharks of lust, anger, greed, and so forth. Furthermore, I am chained by wicked desires. O Caitanya-candra, please give me, who is bereft of shelter, sanctuary at your feet. Caitanya-candra mama hrit kumudang vikashya hridyang videhi nija chintana bringarangai kinchaparadatimirang nibidang vidhuya padamritam sadaya payaya durgatang mam. This is from Srila Raghunath Das Goswami's Abhishta Suchanam, verse 11. O Chaitanya Chandra, please make the lotus flower of my heart bloom, so that it will attract the bumblebee of remembrance of you. O merciful Lord, my other request is that after destroying the dense darkness of my offenses, you make this miserable person drink the nectar of your feet. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai. Tavai vasmi, na jivami tvaya vina, iti vigyaya devi tvam, nayamang charanantikam. Bhaktya vihina aparada lakshai, kshiptashtaka madhitaranga madhe, kripamai tvam sharanam prapanna, Vrinde namaste charanaravindam. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams, everybody. Let's see who is all here. Haribo Yashoda Didi, Manjulali Didi, oh Bhavatarini Mataji, and if you're with Nri Hari Prabhu, pranams Nri Hari Prabhu, Pradyumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mataji, Nitai Mukeshji, Guru Nishta Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu, Manjari Didi, Haribo, and let's see, Hari Priya Didi. Wait 1 second, I'm just opening up. See, there are 8 people on YouTube and Facebook. Let's see who. I only see the names of those who write comments though. So Dandavat Pranams, Hari Priya Didi, Rup Manjari Didi, and Nitai. Haribo Nitai. And Hari Priya Didi. And Dandavat Pranams, Mahi Bharat Prabhu. Hare Krishna. All right, thank you so much for joining. So it is for us, for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, this is New Year's Day. So happy New Year's. Happy Gaurabda 539. Haribo Yashoda Didi. Hare Krishna. Yeah, so if there's a day to make a New Year's resolution, it is today. one thing I in our in our Harinam Chintamani reading, this is just an idea of something, um, but I really like Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He made such a practical way for chanting Harinam. He said first try to chant for 30 minutes, then try to chant for and then after some time you'll increase to 1 hour, and then after some time you'll increase to 2 hours, and then and then you'll you'll increase to 64 rounds, and then you'll increase to 3 lakhs, which is 192 rounds. And so he starts from the very beginning. Just try to. And I thought it was interesting how he started with time and then he moved on to numbers. Um, so that's like one idea of something like every day from this day onwards, I'm going to set my timer for 30 minutes, and I'm going to, I can get all the rest of my rounds done, but at least 30 minutes, I'll really try to put in extra efforts to really, like, really make an endeavor to block out all distractions and just chant as serious, like as seriously as I can. Or, that's one idea. Or, um, I don't know. There's so many different ideas. That's just like one that came to my head. But yeah, today's a good day for uh making a resolution like that. And then you can always, every Akadashi, you can always adjust it to make, if you're not able to maintain it, well, then you can make it easier or do something to make it so that you can maintain it. I always like that. Every Akadashi is the day to reevaluate how you did with whatever, with your sadhan, and then to make adjustments. And then you try to follow that till next Akadashi, and then you again reevaluate and like that. Um, so as you can tell, my voice is almost finished. I hope it's not annoying, but like annoying sounding, my voice. But I thought today we can read from Caitanya-caritāmṛta and Caitanya-bhāgavata, the pastime of Mahaprabhu's appearance. Since today is, we're not having breakfast or anything like that, I'm not gonna worry about time so much. So I know for some of you in the West, it's probably getting late, but this is all being for those of you on Zoom right now. This is all being recorded on YouTube, so you don't need to feel like you're going to miss anything. If you have to drop out, you could always watch the rest later on YouTube. Um, yeah, so today I thought we'd just go over the pastimes of Mahaprabhu, and then tomorrow um, we can read the 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 more deep glories of Mahaprabhu. There's a beautiful booklet called "The Gift of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu," I think, or "The Speciality of the Gift of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu." It's a little booklet, little white booklet that was. It was an article written by my Srila Gurudev on the 500th appearance day of Mahaprabhu. It is amazing. Such an amazing, one of the probably the most amazing glorification of Mahaprabhu I've ever seen. And so we can read that tomorrow. Yeah, it's really fascinating. All about how Mahaprabhu surrendered to his Karuna Shakti. Mahaprabhu just let Karuna Shakti take the reins, and he just completely surrendered to his Karuna Shakti. Anyway, it's an amazing article. So we'll read that tomorrow. Um, all right. So, oh, and Haribol Raseshwari Mataji. And also maybe Indira Mataji is watching, I'm guessing. Haribol. And Gokuleshwari Didi, Haribol. All right, so let's begin. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to read up to verse 90. Yeah, I'll read up to verse 90 here, just the translations. And then we will sing Nadia Udaigiri, which is the song that we sing during Abhishek. I made a PDF of it also, if anybody wants that for like their temple program anywhere. I made it so that this whole song could fit with the translation on two sides of one page. I'm going to print out a bunch for our program this evening. So, okay. All glories to the moons who are devotees of the principal moon, Lord Chaitanya Chandra. Their bright moonshine illuminates the entire universe. Oh, wait. Sorry, let me start from the beginning. These are the translations of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Okay. I wish the grace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by whose mercy even one who is fallen can describe the pastimes of the Lord. One second, I'm just seeing why my mouse is not working. Yeah, okay. All glories to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All glories to Advaita Chandra. All glories to Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Jai Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Gaura Chandra. Jai Advaita Chandra. Jai Jai Nityananda. All glories to all glories to Godadhar Prabhu. All glories to Shivas Thakur. All glories to Mukunda Prabhu and Vasudev Prabhu. All glories to Haridas Thakur. All glories to Sarup Damodar and Murari Gupta. All these brilliant moons have together, have, um, yeah, all these brilliant moons have together dissipated the darkness of this material world. All glories to the moons who are devotees of the principal moon, Lord Chaitanya Chandra. Their bright moonshine illuminates the entire universe. Wow, so beautiful, huh? So many, so many moons. Their bright moonshine illuminates the entire universe. Thus I've spoken the preface of the Caitanya-caritāmṛta. Now I shall describe Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes in chronological order. First, let me give a synopsis of the Lord's pastimes. Then I shall describe them in detail. And Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, he also did the same thing. So Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is just following in his footsteps. First, beginning with a synopsis of all of Mahaprabhu's pastimes, and then that's how he begins. So, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, adventing himself in Navadvip, was visible for 48 years, enjoying his pastimes. In the year 1407 of the Shaka era, that is AD 1486, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in the year 1455, that's AD 1534. He disappeared, so in the year 1455, that's 1534, he disappeared from this world. For 24 years, Lord Chaitanya lived in the Grihastha ashram and household life, always engaging in the pastimes of the Hare Krishna movement. After 24 years, he accepted the renounced order of life, sannyas, and he resided for 24 years more at Jagannath Puri. Of these last 24 years, he spent the first 6 continually touring India, sometimes in South India, sometimes in Bengal, and sometimes in Vrindavan. For the remaining 18 years, he continuously stayed in Jagannath Puri, chanting the nectarian Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Chanting the nectarian Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he inundated everyone there in a flood of love of Krishna. The pastimes of his household life are known as the Adi-līlā, or the original pastimes. His later pastimes are known as the Madhya-līlā and Antya-līlā, or the middle and final pastimes. All the pastimes enacted by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Adi-līlā were recorded in summary form by Murari Gupta. His later pastimes, the Madhya-līlā and Antya-līlā, were recorded in the form of notes by his secretary, Sarup Damodar Goswami, and thus kept within a book. By seeing and hearing the notes recorded by these two great personalities, a Vaishnav, a devotee of the Lord, can know these pastimes one after another. In his original pastimes, there are 4 divisions. There's Balya, Poganda, Kaishor, and Yovan, childhood, early boyhood, later boyhood, and youth. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the full moon evening in the month of Falgun, an auspicious time full of auspicious symptoms, when Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advented himself with the chanting of the holy name Hare Krishna. On the full moon evening of the month of Falgun, when the Lord took birth, coincidentally, there was also a lunar eclipse. In jubilation, everyone was chanting the name of the Lord, Hari Hari, and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then appeared, after first causing the appearance of the holy name. At his birth, in his childhood, and in his early and later boyhood, as well as in his youth, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, under different pleas, induced people to chant the holy name of Hari, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. In his childhood, when the Lord was crying, he would stop immediately upon hearing the holy names of Krishna and Hari. All the friendly ladies who came to see the child would chant the holy names, Hari Hari, as soon as the child would cry. When all the ladies saw this fun, they enjoyed laughing and called the Lord Gaur Hari. From then on, Gaur Hari became another of his names. The devotee who I serve in publications under, he says that it's always best to use Gaur Hari instead of Gauranga whenever I translate the word Gaur if I want to make it longer, because there can be other Gaurangas, other golden limbed persons, but there's only one Gaur Hari. So it makes it, yeah. His childhood lasted until the date of Hate Kari. Is that when he first begins to write? I think so. The beginning of his education, yes. And his age from the end of his childhood until he married is called Poganda. Okay, so Balya, the Balya pastimes, is up till when he begins school. And then Poganda is um, from that time in school until he gets married. Balya, Poganda. After his marriage, his youth began. Then starts the um, Kaishor, right? Let's see. Vivaha Korile Hoilo, Navin Jovan, or Jovan pastimes. Okay, Jovan pastimes. And in his youth, he induced everyone to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra anywhere and everywhere. So that this is how we can think of Mahaprabhu's pastimes. Balya Lila is from babyhood until he starts school. Poganda is when he starts school until he gets married. And then Jovan is from when he gets married and he gets everybody to chant the Mahamantra when he starts his Sankirtan pastimes. Balya, Poganda, Jovan. During his Poganda age, he became a serious student and also taught disciples. In this way, he used to explain the holy name of Krishna everywhere. When teaching a course in grammar, Vyakaran, and explaining it with notes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught his disciples about the glories of Lord Krishna. All explanations culminated in Krishna, and his disciples would understand them very easily. Thus, his influence was wonderful. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a student, he asked whomever he met to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. In this way, he inundated the whole town of Navadvip with the chanting of Hare Krishna. Just prior to his youthful life, he began the Sankirtan movement. Day and night, he used to dance in ecstasy with his devotees. The Sankirtan movement went on from one part of the town to another, as the Lord wandered everywhere performing kirtan. In this way, he inundated the whole world by distributing love of Godhead. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lived in the Navadvip area for 24 years, and he induced every person to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and thus merge in love of Krishna. For his remaining 24 years, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after accepting the renounced order of life, stayed at Jagannath Puri with his devotees. For 6 of these 24 years in Nilachal in Jagannath Puri, He distributed love of Godhead by always chanting and dancing. Beginning from Cape Comorin and extending through Bengal to Vrindavan, during these 6 years, he toured all of India, chanting, dancing, and distributing love of Krishna. The activities of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his travels after he accepted sannyas are his principal pastimes. His activities during his remaining 18 years are called the Antya-līlā. They are the final portion of his pastimes. For 6 of the 18 years, he continuously stayed in Jagannath Puri. Sorry. Let me reread that. For 6 of the 18 years, he continuously stayed in Jagannath Puri. He regularly performed kirtan, inducing all the devotees to love Krishna simply by chanting and dancing. For the remaining 12 years, for the remaining 12 years he stayed in Jagannath Puri. He taught everyone how to taste the transcendental mellow ecstasy of love of Krishna by tasting it himself. Day and night, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt separation from Krishna. Manifesting symptoms of this separation, he cried and talked very inconsistently like a madman. Pralap. As Srimati Radharani talked inconsistently when she met Uddhav, so also Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu relished, both day and night, such ecstatic talk in the mood of Srimati Radharani. The Lord used to read the books of Vidyapati, Jayadev, and Chandidas, relishing their songs with his confidential associates like Sri Ramananda Rai and Sri Surup Damodar Goswami. Srivas has been translating all the Chandidas songs. In separation from Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu relished all these ecstatic activities, and thus he fulfilled his own desires. The pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are unlimited. How much can a small living entity elaborate about those transcendental pastimes? If Sheshnag Ananta personally were to make the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya into sutras, even with his thousands of mouths, there's no possibility that he could find their limits, even if he was to make them sutras. We all know what a sutra is, right? Sutra is the tip of a thread, and so when you grab the tip of the thread, you can unravel a whole long thing. So sutra is an aphorism. Just like few words will describe, like, many, hundreds and thousands of words just through like a few words it will. And so even if Ananta Shesh with his unlimited heads were to even make the pastimes of Mahaprabhu sutras, just like a table of contents, even then, there's no possibility that you could find their limit. Devotees like Sri Surup Damodar and Murari Gupta have recorded all the principal pastimes of Lord Chaitanya in the form of notes, after deliberate consideration. The notes kept by Sri Surup Damodar and Murari Gupta are the basis of this book. Following those notes, I write all of the pastimes of the Lord. The notes have been described elaborately by Vrindavan Das Thakur. When when we were having our Caitanya-bhāgavata readings, we would recite these verses. Caitanya-lila Vyas Dasa Vrindavan Madhur Kuriya Lila Korila Rachan. Actually, we didn't read that one. Anyways, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, the authorized writer of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is as good as Srila Vyasadeva. He has described the pastimes in such a way as to make them sweeter and sweeter. Being afraid of his books becoming too voluminous, he left some places without vivid descriptions. I shall try to fill those places as far as possible. The transcendental pastimes of Lord Chaitanya have actually been relished by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. I am simply trying to chew the remnants of food left by him. My dear devotees of Lord Chaitanya, Let me now write a synopsis of the Adi-lila. I will write of these pastimes in brief, because it is not possible to describe them in full. To fulfill a particular desire within his mind, Lord Krishna, Brajendra Nandan Kumar, that Krishna decided to descend to this planet after mature contemplation. Lord Krishna therefore first allowed his family of superiors to descend on the earth. I shall try to describe them in brief, because it is not possible to describe them fully. Lord Sri Krishna, before appearing as Lord Chaitanya, requested these devotees to precede him: Sri Shachi Devi, Jagannath Mishra, Madhavendra Puri, Keshav Bharati, Ishwar Puri, Advaita Acharya, Srivas Pandit, Acharya Ratna, Vidyanidhi, and Thakur Haridas. And what about Nityananda Prabhu also, right? um, there was also Sri Upendra Mishra, a resident of the district of Sri Hatta. He was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu, a learned scholar, a rich man, and a reservoir of all good qualities. And maybe Nityananda Prabhu wasn't mentioned here because there's just a whole chapter on Nityananda Prabhu descending before him, so there wasn't need to mention him again. That's my guess. Upendra Mishra had 7 sons who were all saintly and most influential. There's Kangsari, Paramananda, Paramanabha, Sarveshwar, Jagannath, Janardhan, Trilokyanath, Jagannath Mishra, and Trilokyanath. So, of those 7 sons, the middle son, the 5th son, decided to reside on the bank of the Ganga at Nadia. Just like Nanda Maharaj is also the middle child. So, Mahaprabhu's pastimes are just the same as Krishna's pastimes. So, Jagannath Mishra is also the middle son. Jagannath Mishra was designated as Purandar. Exactly like Nanda Maharaj and Vasudev, he was an ocean of all good qualities. His wife, Srimati Shachi Devi, was a chaste woman, highly devoted to her husband. Shachi Devi's father's name was Nilambar, and his surname was Chakravarti. In Raradesh, the part of Bengal where the Ganga is not visible, Nityananda Prabhu, Gangadas Pandit, Murari Gupta, and Mukunda took birth, all prior to the appearance of Mahaprabhu. Right? I think so. Yes. Murari Gupta is older. Yeah, I think so. Um, um, Lord Krishna, Rajendra Kumar, first caused countless devotees to appear, and at last he appeared himself. Before the appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the devotees of Navadip used to gather in the house of Advaita Acharya. In these meetings of the Vaishnavas, Advaita Acharya used to recite the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, decrying the paths of philosophical speculation and fruitive activity, jnana and karma, and establishing the super excellence of bhakti, of devotional service. In all the revealed scriptures of Vedic culture, bhakti, devotional service to Sri Krishna, is explained throughout. Therefore, devotees of Lord Krishna do not recognize the processes of philosophical speculation, mystic yoga, unnecessary austerity, and so-called religious rituals. They do not accept any process but bhakti, but devotional service. In the house of Advaita Acharya, all the Vaishnavas took pleasure in always talking of Krishna, always worshipping Krishna, and always chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. But Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu felt pained to see all the people without Krishna consciousness simply merging in material sense enjoyment. Seeing the condition of the world, he began to think seriously of how all these people could be delivered from the clutches of Maya. Srila Advaita Acharya Prabhu thought, if Krishna himself appears in order to distribute the cult of devotional service, then only will liberation be possible for all people. With this consideration, Advaita Acharya Prabhu, promising to cause Lord Krishna to descend, began to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, with tulsi leaves and water of the Ganga. By loud cries, he invited Krishna to appear, and this repeated invitation attracted Lord Krishna to descend. Before the birth of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 8 daughters took birth one after another from the womb of Shachimata, the wife of Jagannath Mishra. But just after their birth, they all died. Jagannath Mishra was very unhappy at the death of his children, one after another. Therefore, desiring a son, he worshipped the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. After this, Jagannath Mishra got a son of the name Vishvarup, who was most powerful and highly qualified, because he was an incarnation of Baladev. The expansion of Baladev, known as Sankarshan in the spiritual world, the expansion of Baladev, known as Sankarshan in the spiritual world, is the ingredient and immediate cause of this material cosmic manifestation. Is the Upadan Karan and the Nimitta Karan. That's just his expansion. The gigantic universal form is called the Vishvarup, is called the Vishvarup incarnation of Mahasankarshan. Thus, we do not find anything within this cosmic manifestation except the Lord himself. As the threads in a cloth spread both lengthwise and breadthwise, so the Supreme Personality of Godhead exists directly and indirectly within everything we see in this cosmic manifestation. This is not very wonderful for him. And Haribo Vangsiwala Prabhu and Vidya Lala Sadidi. Because Mahasankarshan is the ingredient and efficient cause of the cosmic manifestation, because he is the Upadan and Nimitta Karan, he is present in every detail of it, of this manifestation. Lord Chaitanya therefore called him his elder brother, at Vishvarup. The two brothers are known as Krishna and Balaram in the spirit. Oh, sorry, no, this is referring to Nityananda Prabhu. Well, same thing, also Vishvarup, Nityananda Prabhu. So the two brothers are known as Krishna and Balaram in the spiritual world, but at the present moment, they are Chaitanya and Nitai. Therefore, the conclusion is that Nityananda Prabhu is the original Sankarshan, Baladev. Attaiva Prabhutare Bole Borobai, Krishna Balaram Dui Chaitanya Nitai. It's a nice sweet little verse. The husband and wife, Jagannath Mishra and Shachimata, having gotten Vishwarup as their son, were very pleased within their minds. Because of their pleasure, they specifically began to serve the lotus feet of Govinda. In the month of January, in the year 1406 of the Shaka era, that's AD 1485, Lord Krishna entered the bodies of both Jagannath Mishra and Shachi. Jagannath Mishra said to Shachimata, I see wonderful things. Your body is effulgent, and it appears as if the goddess of fortune were now staying personally in my home. Jyotirmoy Deha Geho Lakshmi Adhishtita. Anywhere and everywhere I go, all people offer me respect. Even without my asking, they voluntarily give me riches, clothing, and paddy. Shachimata told her husband, I see wonderfully brilliant human beings appearing in outer space, as if offering prayers. Jagannath Mishra then replied, in a dream, I saw the effulgent abode of the Lord enter my heart. From my heart, it entered your heart. I therefore understand that a great personality will soon take birth. After this conversation, both husband and wife were very jubilant, and together they rendered service to the household. Shalagram Shila. In this way, the pregnancy approached its 13th month. Wow, very long, huh? Long pregnancy. But still, there is no sign of the delivery of the child. Thus, Jagannath Mishra became greatly apprehensive. Nilambar Chakravarti, the grandfather of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then did an astrological calculation and said that in that very month, taking advantage of an auspicious moment, the child would take birth. Thus, in the year 1407 of the Shaka era, that's 1486, in the month of Falgun, it's February, March, right now, in the evening of the full moon day, which is today, the desired auspicious moment arrived. According to the Jyotirved, or Vedic astrology, the auspicious birth moment is described as follows. The moon was in Leo, the figure of the lion in the zodiac. Leo, is that why he's sometimes called Gaura Singha, right? Sometimes Mahaprabhu's called that Gaura Singha. Leo was ascendant. Several planets were strongly positioned, and the Shardavarga and Ashtavarga showed all auspicious influences. When the spotless moon of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became visible, what would be the need for a moon full of black marks on its body? Considering this, Rahu, the black planet, covered the full moon, and immediately vibrations of Krishna, Krishna, Hari inundated the three worlds. It's a very beautiful meaning. Why did Rahu cover the full moon? Because when Mahaprabhu, who is the spotless moon, became visible, then what need is there for a moon full of black marks on its body? So Rahu covered the moon. All the people thus chanted the Hare Krishna Mahamantra during the lunar eclipse, and their minds were struck with wonder. When the whole world was thus chanting the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, in the form of Gaur Hari, advented himself on the earth. Jai Shachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai. The whole world was pleased. While the Hindus chanted the holy name of the Lord, the non-Hindus, especially the Muslims, jokingly imitated the words. Haribol Ganga Mataji. While all the ladies vibrated the holy name of Hari on earth, in the heavenly planets, dancing and music were going on. For the demigods were very curious. The word is kutuhali. Let's see. Kutuhali can also mean sportive, eager. There are other words though. Anyways, but yeah. They are filled with delight and like fun, delight, sportive, eager. I don't know. Okay. In this atmosphere, all the 10 directions became jubilant, as did the waves of the rivers. Moreover, all beings, moving and non-moving, were overwhelmed with transcendental bliss. And now, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami starts the song Nadia Udaigiri, which we sing during the Abhishek every year. So I'm going to read from here now. This is a translation. Can't remember if I did it or Srivas did it. I think Srivas might have done it. Yeah. I'll read the translation and then we will sing the Bengali for every verse. Let me know if this mic is a bit more sensitive, so it might, let me know if it's too loud, if it's like clipping, peaking. I'll keep the chat open just so that if anybody mentions that it's peaking, I'll see. Okay. So the full moon of Shri Gaur Hari mercifully rose over Nadia, likens to the mountain Udaigiri from where the sun rises. As the universe was filled with the chanting of the holy name of Sri Hari, the darkness of sinful life dissipated, and the three worlds became jubilant. Let me turn on. 1 second. Here. Nadiya Udaigiri Purna Chandra Gaura Hari Kripa Kori Hoilo Udoy Papotamo Hoilo Nash Tri Jagateru Las Jagabhori Hari Dwani Ho. At that time, Sri Advaita Acharya in his own house in Shantipur stood up and began to dance, completely overjoyed. Accompanied by Sri Haridas Thakur, he roared in the exultation of kirtan. No one knew why they were dancing. Shekale nirjaloy uthiya Advaita Rai Nritya kori anandita mane Haridase loya shange hunkara kirtana range kene nache ke ho nahi jane. Seeing the lunar eclipse and laughing, Advaita Acharya and Haridas Thakur quickly arrived at the bank of the Ganga, where, in ecstasy, they bathed. Under the pretext of the eclipse, Advaita Acharya distributed abundant charity to the Brahmins by the strength of his mind. Dekhi uparaga hasi, shigra Ganga ghate asi, anande korilo Ganga snan, paya uparaga chale, apanara mano bole, brahmanere dilo nanardan. Upon seeing the entire universe overflowing with joy, Haridas Thakur's heart was struck with wonder. Through his gestures, he expressed to Advaita Acharya, "Your jubilance is delighting my heart. It appears that some special fortune is upon us." Jagata anandamoy dekhi mane savismoy thare thore kohe hari das tomar aichana ranga mor mana parasana dekhi kichu karje ache bas. Acharya Ratna, that's Chandrasekhar, and Srivas Thakur were also elated at heart. Arriving at the Ganga, they bathed in her waters. With hearts overwhelmed with joy, they performed Hari Sankirtan and mentally distributed Acharya Ratna Srivas Hoilo Mane Sukolas Jai Snana Koilo Ganga Jale Anandevi Valaman Kore Hari Sankirtan Nanadan Koilo Mano Bole. In this way, devotee sannyasis in various places, wherever they happened to be, intuited what had transpired. They danced in Sankirtan, their hearts overwhelmed with joy, and they distributed charity on the pretext of the eclipse. E matta bhakta jati jar je deshe stiti taha taha paya mano bole nache kore sankirtan anande vivalaman dan kore grahaner chale. The Brahmins, gentlemen, and their wives all came with plates filled with gifts and various presentations. Seeing the form of the newborn child, who was radiant like pure gold, they happily offered their blessings. Brahmana sajjana nari nana dravye thali bhori aila sabe jautuka loiya jeno kancha sona duti Deki balakera murti Ashirvad kore sukha paya. Savitri, Gauri, Saraswati, Shachi, Ramba, Arundhati, and all other demigoddesses assumes the guise of the wives of Brahmins and filled vessels with various types of gifts. They all came there and beheld the child. Savitri, Gauri, Saraswati, Shachi, Ramba, Arundhati, Arjoto Devanari, Gan, Nanatrave Patra Bhori, Brahmanir Veshadhori, Asishabe Korena Darshan. In the sky, the demigods, Siddhas, Gandharvas, and Charanas offered prayers and danced to the accompaniment of musical instruments and song. In Navadvip, dancers, musicians, minstrels, and other performers all came and danced in great delight. Antarikshe Devagan, Gandharva Siddha Charan, Stuti Nritya Kore Vadya Gita, Nartaka Vadaka Bhata, Navadvipe Jaranata, Shabe Ashinache Paya Prita. Who is coming, who is going, who is dancing, and who is singing? No one could understand, nor could they understand what anyone was saying. All sorrow and suffering melted away, and everyone became filled with joy. Seeing everything, Jagannath Mishra was overwhelmed with ecstasy. Keba ashe, keba jai, keba nache, keba gai, sambhalite nare kar, bolo, kandileka dukha shoka, pramoda purita loka, Mishra hoila, oh Mishra hoila, anande vival. Acharya Ratna and Srivas Thakur came to Jagannath Mishra, and they carefully helped him perform the birth rituals. Thereafter, Jagannath Mishra distributed many types of charity. Acharya Ratna Srinivas, Jagannatha Mishra Pash, Ashitare Kore Sabadhan, Korailo Jata Karma, Je Achilo Vidhi Dharma, Tabi Mishra Kore Nanada. Whatever gifts Jagannath Mishra had received, and whatever he had in his house, he distributed all his wealth to the Brahmanas. He also honored all the dancers, the singers, minstrels, and the poor by donating riches to them. Chautuka pailo jata, ghare va achilo koto, sabadhana vipre dilo dan, jato nartak gayan, bhataya kinchana jan, dana diya koila sabarman, dana diya koila sabarman. The chaste wife of Srivas Thakur, named Malini, accompanied by the wife of Acharya Ratna, worshipped the baby with vermilion, turmeric, oil, puffed rice, bananas, and many other kinds of fruit in great delight. Shivasera Brahmani, Namatarsh Malini, Acharya Ratnir Patai, Acharya Ratnir Patni, Shange, Sindur Haridra Toilo, Koi Kola Nana Fal, Diya Puje Nari Ganarange. The wife of Advaita Acharya, a noble woman adored by all and renowned as Sita Thakurani, she went to see that crest jewel of children at the Acharya's behest with various gifts. Now, the next couple verses about the gifts that she brought. She brought a gold belt, silver toe rings, gold armlets, bracelets, sacred conch shell bangles for both hands, silver anklets, and necklaces made of gold coins. Also tiger nails set in gold, a silken waist belt, every kind of ornament for the hands and feet,
multicolored silken saris, a small woven sleeveless jacket, silken shawls, gold and silver coins, and many other riches. She also brought a container filled with fresh grass, paddy, gorochana, turmeric, kumkum, sandalwood, and other auspicious items, as well as a large basket filled with garments and ornaments. She rode on a palanquin covered with cloth and was accompanied by her maidservants and attendants. Suvarnera kari boli rajata mudra pashuli Suvarnera angara kankan Tu bahute divya shanka rajater malavanka Swarna mudrar nana haragan Vyagra naka hema jari Koti pata sutra thori Hastapader jato abharan Chitravarna patta shari Buni photo patta pari Swarna ropya mudra bahuta Durva dhanya gorochana Haridra kumkum chandan Mangal dravya Mangala dravya patra Mangala dravya patra bhoriya Vastra gupta dola chari Shange loya dasi cheri Vastralankar petari bhoriya. So she rode on a palanquin covered with cloth and was accompanied by her maidservants and attendants. She arrived at the house of Shachi Devi, bringing with her a large load of snacks, treats, and other edibles and gifts. Upon seeing the form of the child, she understood that except for a difference in color, he was directly Krishna of Gokul himself. Bhakya boja upahar shange loya shange loylo bahudhar Shachi grihe hoilo upanita Dekhiya palakatha shakshat gokulakan varna matra dekhi viparita. All of his limbs were beautifully formed, glowing with a golden effulgence, and they displayed auspicious signs. Seeing the divine effulgence of the child, Sita Thakurani and the other ladies accompanying her became enamored, and their hearts melted with motherly love. Sarva anga sunirman, suvarna pratima bhana, sarva anga sulakshana, moy balaker divya jyoti, dekhi pailo bahu priti, vatsalyate dravila hriday. They gave many blessings to the newborn child and his brother Vishwarup by placing fresh grass and paddy on their heads while saying, "May you two brothers live long, chiri jivi ho." To ward off any fear of ghosts and witches because of the eclipse, she gave him the name Nimai after the neem tree he was born under. Adurvadhanya dilo shirshe koilo bahu ashishe chira jivi ho dui bhai dakini shankini hoite shanka upajilo chite dore naam thuilo nimai. On the day the mother and son bathed and left the maternity house, Sita Thakurani honored the Mishras and their son by giving them various garments and ornaments. Then, having received the respects of both Shachi Devi and Jagannath Mishra, and feeling very joyful at heart, she returned home. Putra mata snana dine, dilo vastra vibhushane, putra saha mishre samane. Shachi mishra puja loya, manete harisha hoya, ghare aila Sita Thakurani. In this this way, Shachi Devi and Jagannath Mishra, having obtained the husband of the goddess of fortune as their son, had all their desires fulfilled. Seeing their home full of riches and grains, and graced by the venerable form of their son, their delight grew with each passing day. Shachi Jagannath Putra Paya Lakshmi Nath Purna Hoilo Shakala Vanchita Dhana Dhanye Bhare Ghar Lokamanya Kalevar Dine Dine Hoy Anandita. Jagannath Mishra was an ideal Vaishnav. He was peaceful, regulated, pure, and composed. He was not inclined to indulge in material opulence. Whatever wealth he received due to the birth of his darling boy, he distributed in charity to the Brahmins for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu. Mishra Vaishnav, Mishra Vaishnava Shanta Alam Patta Shuddha Danta Dhana Bhoge Nahi Abhiman Putrer Prabhave Jata Dhanayasi Mile Tato Vishnu Prite Dvije Denadam. After making the astrological calculations, Nilambar Chakravarti became very pleased and spoke something in private to Jagannath Mishra. So Shachi Mata's father, Nilambar Chakravarti, he said to Jagannath Mishra, on his body and in his astrological chart, this boy has all the signs of a great personality. I see that he will deliver the material universe. Aiche Prabhu Shachi Ghare Kripai Koilo Avatare Jai Iha Koroe Shravan Gaura Prabhu Doyamoy Tare Hoyen Sadoy Shei Pai Tahar Chara. In this way, the Lord mercifully made his advent in the house of Shachi Devi. The most compassionate Sri Gaur Hari shall bestow his mercy on that person who hears this narration. That person shall then attain Sri Gaur Hari's lotus feet. Oops, I didn't read that. Aiche Prabhu Shachi Ghare Kripai Koilo Avatare Jai Iha Koroe Shravan Gaur Prabhu Doyamoy Taren Hoyen Sadoy Shei Pai Tahar Chara. The birth of one who has attained a human form, but who does not hear the glories of Sri Gaur Hari, is utterly useless. Despite having attained a river of nectar, he drinks water from a poisonous pit. Why didn't he simply die at birth? Paya manusha janma jena shune gaur guna heno janma tar vyartha hoilo. Paya amrita dhuni piye visha garta pani janmiya shekene nahi moilo. This is the last verse. Placing the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahāprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Acharya Advaita Achandra, Sarup Damodar, Rupa Goswami, and Raghunath Das Goswami upon his head, regarding them as his own wealth. This Krishnadas has thus described the Advent pastime of Sri Gaur Sundar. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Acharya Advaita Chandra Swarup Rupa Raghunath Dasa Iha Sabar Shri Charan Shire Vanti Ne Jatan janma-līlā Gaila Krishna Das Iha Sabar Shri Charan Shire Vanti Ne Jatan Iha Sabar Shri Charan Shire Vanti Ne Jatan janma-līlā Gaila Krishna Dasa janma-līlā Gaila Krishna Dasa. Oh, Seshri Mataji said I skipped 24. Oops. Shoot. Okay, let's recite that. Lagna Gani Harsha Mati Nilambara Chakravarti dekichu kohilo mishere Mahapurusher chinna lagne ange bhinna bhinna deki ei tari be sangsare. Let's listen to this last verse one last time. Shri Caitanya Nityananda Acharya Advaita Chandra Swarup Rupa Raghunatha Dasa Iha Sabashi Charan Shire Bandine Jadan Janma-līlā Gaila Krishna Dasa Janma-līlā Gaila Krishna Dasa. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Oh Gaura 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 Hari. Oh Gaura 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 Hari. Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Shachi Matar Prandhana Gaura Hari. Shachi Matar Prandhana Gaura Hari. Jai Gaura Hari. Jaya Gaura Hari. Gaura Hari. Jai Gaura Hari. Vishnu Priya Pranadana Gaura Hari. Jai Vishnu Priya Pranadana Gaura Hari. Jai Gaura Hari. Jai Gaura Hari. Jai Sachinandan Jaya Gaura Hari. Nityananda Pranadhana Gaura Hari. Nityananda Pranadhana Gaura Hari. Jai Gaura Hari. Jai Gaura Hari. Gaura Hari. Jai Gaura Hari. Advaiter Pranadhana Gaura Hari. Advaiter Pranadhana Gaura Hari. Jai Gaura Hari. Gaura Hari. Gaura Hari. Jai Gaura Hari. Gadadhar Pranadhana Gaura Hari. Gadadhar Pranadhana Gaura Hari. Jai Gaura Hari. Jaya Gaura Hari. Gaura Hari. Jaya Gaura Hari. Shiva Ser Pranadhana Gaura Hari. Shiva Ser Pranadhana Gaura Hari. Oh Jai Gaura Hari. Gaura Hari. Oh Jai Gaura Hari. Jai Gaura Hari. Bhakta Vrinda Pranadhana Gaura Hari. Jai Bhakta Vrinda Pranadhana Gaura Hari. Jai Gaura Hari. Jai Gaura Hari. Jai Gaura Hari. Jaya Gaura Hari. Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Gaura Hari. Jaya Gaura Hari. Jai Gaura Hari. Jai Gaura Hari. Oh Gaura 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 Hari. Gaura 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 Hari. Oh Gaura 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 Hari. Gaura 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 Hari. Jai Sachinandan Jai Gaura Hari. Sachinandan Jai Gaura Hari. Gaura 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 Hari. Gaura 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 Hari. Jai Nityananda Nitai Gauranga Jai, Nitai Gauranga, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur, Hari, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. I started losing my voice at the end. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai. Jai Shri Prem Purushottam Kali Yuga Pavan Avatari Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai. Jai Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai. Jai Shri Gurudev Ki Jai. Jai Shri Param Gurudev Ki Jai. Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupa. Actually, I'll do a proper Chaitanya. Let me do proper. Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupada Shuttara Shata Shishmad Shri Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Shri Gurudev Ki Jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupada Shuttara Shata Shishmad Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupada Shuttara Shata Shishmad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupada Shuttara Shata Shishmad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupada Shuttara Shata Shishmad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitya Pravishta Mahābhāgavata Shri Gorkshuras Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Pravishta Shri Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Nitya Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai. Jai Shri Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Ballabha Tirtha Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Dait Madhav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Pramod Puri Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. All the associates of Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. All the followers of those associates and all the disciples and grand disciples and great grand disciples and great grand disciples of all the associates of Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Shri Baladev Jibhushan Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Narottam Srinivas Ramananda Prabhu Trai Ki Jai. Shri the author of Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta, Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pad Ki Jai. The author of Sri Caitanya-bhāgavata, Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jeev Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath, Sharda Gosai Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Swarup Damodar, Rai Ramanandari, Shri Gaura Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai. Namachay Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala, Gaura Mandala, Vraja Mandala, Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Abhinna Vrindavan, Shri Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Antardip Mayapur Ki Jai. Shri Yoga Pit Ki Jai. Jai Shri Vasa Angan Ki Jai. Advaita Bhavan Gadadhar Bhavan Ki Jai. Shri Chandrasekhar Bhavan Ki Jai. Shri Nandanacharya's house Ki Jai. The hiding place of Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, even Mahāprabhu, I think, right? They all three hid there at different times. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Jai Shri Giriraj Abhishtapadata Giriraj Sarva Abhishtapadata Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda Ki Jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Binda Devi Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya Ki Jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Jai Shri Jagannath Mishra Ki Jai. Shri Shachi Mata Ki Jai. Jai Shri Advaita Acharya Ki Jai. Shri Sita Thakurani Ki Jai. Srivasa's wife Malini Devi Ki. No, Srivas Thakur Ki Jai. Chandrasekhar Acharya Ki Jai. Jai. The wife of Srivas, Shri Malini Devi Ki Jai. The wife of Chandrasekhar Acharya. I think her name is... I can't remember her name. Anyways, Chandrasekhar Acharya Ratna's wife, Ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Jai. Ananta Koti Jai. Vishnu Priya Devi ki Jai. She's a Bhu Shakti, right? Vishnu Priya Devi ki Jai. And Shri Shakti Lakshmi Priya ki Jai. Jai. The Nila Shakti Navadip Dham ki Jai. Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Vishwarup ki Jai. Jai. Swaparsha Ji Gaur Hari ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All the associates of Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki Jai. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Sattavatai Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyai Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams, Yashoda Didi, Manjulali Didi, Gokuleshwari Didi, and on YouTube and Facebook, Hari Priya Didi, Rup Manjari Didi, and Nitai, Hari Bol Nitai, Mahāprabhu, Raseshwari Mataji, Vangshiwala Prabhu, Vidyalalasa Didi, Ganga Mataji, Vrinda Didi, Raseshwari Mataji, I already said Raseshwari Mataji, and Indira Mataji if she's watching, and I see many other devotees, lots of devotees here today. I'm not mentioning your name because I don't see your name. I only see the names of those who write comments. But yeah, Dandavat pranams. Also pranams to all devotees watching in the future. Thank you so much for joining in this reading from Caitanya-caritāmṛta. My original plan was to also read from Caitanya-bhāgavata, but I started losing my voice when I was singing, and I need to end here. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. We will read this the speciality of the gift of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah, there's very wonderful article. Well, we turned it into a booklet, but originally it was an article written by my Srila Gurudev and on the occasion of the 500th appearance day of Mahaprabhu. So we'll read that tomorrow. And then I don't know what we'll do after that. Actually, no, probably we'll finish the last chapter of Harinam Chintamani by Srila Satchidananda, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And yeah, right now I'm going to go to Yoga Pit and I'll make a video there and I'll send it in our Bhaktivinoda Gitidhara WhatsApp group. If you want to see Darshan of Yoga Pit right now. All right. Dandavat pranams. Thank you so much for joining. See you all tomorrow. I hope you all have a wonderful, very auspicious, inspiring celebration of Mahaprabhu's appearance. In Caitanya-bhāgavata, there are a bunch of songs on the appearance of Mahaprabhu. Can't remember how many songs, maybe like 6 or 7 different songs in different meters and like that. And they're really beautiful. I sang them once before, only once. I think it was just when we did that Chaitanya Bhagavat reading. But yeah, they're really beautiful. But maybe next year we can just sing those songs instead of this Caitanya-caritāmṛta chapter. But yeah. Also, if anybody wants a printout for these for this song that we just sang, Nadia Udayagiri, let me know and I can send it to you. Actually, maybe I'll just post it in our Bhaktivinoda Gitidhara WhatsApp group. I'll do that right now. So then if you want to print it out for everybody to sing during the Abhishek, then you can do so. All right. Haribo, Dandavat pranams. Haribo. Jai Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki Jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Haribo, Haribo Gokuleshwari Didi. Haribo.